the what do they call those Halloween stores?
Spirit?
Yeah, the old Fry's.
Yeah.
They got some cool stuff in there, man.
That is the most genius business model ever.
I wonder how much they pay when they go into those leases. Do they give the
I read
landlord,
it's something like
times?
it's a 60% reduction versus what it would usually be.
Yeah, because it's just
Because
90
it's
just sitting there
days.
vacant?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
then the landlords, well, I guess so. I mean, it's
They have
money
nothing to
coming in.
lose.
So I thought the opposite. I thought they'd have to pay like 200% of rent. Because
No,
the
it's a
landlord's
huge
gonna lock
discount.
that building up for 2 months.
They
but I
start
guess-
scouring
They've been sitting there
for a
anyways.
year.
Yeah, they start scouring in like December, January,
Did you ever
February.
think Fry's would go out of business?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And
Have
pretty
you
soon
walked
it's
in
going to
there?
be Best Buy.
14 minutes.
Ben, you can
Hey,
leave
we gotta
whenever you
start
need
this.
to.
I was going to say,
He's on
can
a
I just
panel.
leave?
Ladies and gentlemen,
I just want to. Did you
Ben's
trim your
panel.
mustache today too?
No, absolutely not. We'll
Look
leave
at
it
nice
thick.
all shaven and stuff, dude. That's pretty cool.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's a rare condition this day and age to read any good news on the newspaper page. And love and tradition of the grand design, some people say, is even harder to find.
Welcome to another episode of All Things Real Estate with David.
And you know what? For many, many weeks, Mark has said the sky is not falling, but lo and behold,
it is.
The sky is falling. No, just kidding. Quick, Mark. Although, Fed's going to raise interest rates today, right?
They did.
Oh, they did?
They did.
Was it
3/4
3/4?
of a point.
Said it's going to put pain on many Americans.
I love the fact that they said that it's gonna create layoffs, but we need layoffs to stem the inflation. Interesting.
Yeah, I think 2023. Oh, siren. Hold on.
You want to talk about
There we go.
layoffs?
There we go.
Look, they're going to get the next person that got laid off.
They just jumped out of a window.
Stop. God, you guys.
You know what
guys
they
are
say
not
about real
politically
estate
correct.
agents? They chase
Jesus
newlywed
Christ.
and nearly dead. Where's it going?
We waited nearly dead. Speaking of real estate jokes, what do you call 4 real estate agents sitting around a table drinking alcohol?
VKG.
Oh, damn.
On the head.
Well done. I was going to say a mastermind, but,
Oh, there you go.
but I like
All right.
VKG better. Anyway, all right.
Okay.
Market minute real quick.
Let's do it.
It's actually pretty flat from last week.
Yep.
Inventory is still trickling down. We're a couple units less than we were last week.
Right.
Still under 1,000 single-family homes.
Now, see, that is just amazing. Less than 1,000 homes on a 2.2 million populous market, right? And yet, sky's falling. I mean, it's like, less than 1,000 homes. That's nuts. That is extremely low inventory.
It will be interesting to see where we end up interest rate-wise this time next month, because I do feel that if rates go up another 0.5% or so, it's going to put a lot of pressure on pricing. So anything under $2 million, it's going to affect that person's bottom line.
I agree that entry level will definitely be hit, but I mean, all the entry level markets we're looking at. I did a listing appointment down in South San Jose yesterday. Literally, there was 0 active listings in that neighborhood.
I know.
So I mean, if you're now, that neighborhood was around 1.4, 1.5. Now it's probably about 1.2. But listen, 3 years ago, those homes were $900,000.
Hey, I tell you what, I got a house in Willow Glen in contract yesterday.
Yeah.
I felt like this was May pricing. 948 square foot house.
Okay.
2 bedroom, 2 bath.
Yep.
The second bedroom doesn't even have a closet. We paid $155
Shut
for
up.
it.
What was the lot size on it?
6,800 square feet.
Good street,
Wow.
though.
Great street. $3-4 million homes
And your
on
buyer
it.
got a great deal. That's awesome.
Exactly. I was
Awesome.
thinking the same
Good job
thing.
there, David.
Again, real
Highest offer was 1.8.
real estate is long term. We did negotiate $50,000 off the list price.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, all cash, 10-day close,
Any multiple offers at all, or that
Multiple offers.
It was, and they still got it below list price.
and we got it below the highest offer.
But you're all cash.
We're all cash, clean terms.
Okay.
So there's definitely some leverage if you're coming in either non-contingent or all cash. The highest offer had a 10-day contingency.
Are they an owner user, or are they going to develop it?
Owner user.
Okay.
Yeah, great clients, and they're happy. But my point was, to add to what you were saying, almost no inventory. So in a matter of 60 to 90 days, it went like this, and now it's coming back up again.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an interesting
And they're still
time.
selling. They're moving. Do you know what the
Absolutely.
pendings are right now?
Yeah, so we're sitting at about almost 795 pendings, I believe.
Okay.
So we're right about 800 pendings.
Yeah.
So we're right at a month's worth of inventory.
Well,
I have like 5 or 6 clients that are completely willing, ready, and able, dialed in, know exactly what they want, and it's just not coming up. Like,
right.
Yeah.
There's a
Right.
huge lack of inventory. But
So,
one
so
thing,
if you're a seller considering selling right now, give us a call. We got a
yeah, for
willing,
sure.
able
I mean,
buyer.
We got
prices
lots of willing and able buyers.
prices aren't that bad. I mean, They're like, what,
Well,
back
listen,
to 2020.
buyers and the opportunity for buyers are the best that they've been in the last 5,
For
6
sure.
years, right? I mean, come on.
I mean, you may be paying more than you would have been in 2018, 2019, but the competition is so much less.
Right.
Yeah, and yeah, maybe you're paying more on a monthly payment perspective, but that's temporary.
It's going to go down.
The rates are
people.
going to go back down the next 24 to 36 months.
What were we saying earlier? Would you rather
Buy a cheap house with a high interest rate or an expensive house with a cheap rate?
Yeah.
There you go.
Buy the cheap house.
You guys see these articles out there. I would say a lot of the news relating to real estate is tailored towards the mass, nation.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Of course.
The Bay
It's
Area
macro,
is
not
never
micro.
going to be hit the way, a suburb in
I
Nebraska
never say
will be.
never. We've
Never.
been
It will.
hit.
Not like it in a suburb of Nebraska.
I would argue that. Potentially.
Speaking of getting hit,
I would.
Opendoor.
Ben,
Well, Ben's here. Oh my gosh,
Oh.
hey Ben, how you doing?
Ben,
Hey.
How much time do you have before you have to leave?
Ben has a panel today for being such a good agent at such a
Yeah.
Young
young
age.
time in
Young
his
age.
career.
Young
Yeah.
time. I had to grow a mustache out for it.
Now, do your clients think you're older now that you've grown out a mustache? Do they take you more seriously?
Absolutely. One of the hurdles I had to jump is to look older. So I've adjusted.
Good job.
And speaking of mustaches, mustache market minute. When you buy a home, if you are transferring from one job to the other, do not quit your job in the middle of escrow.
Well, quitting and transferring are two different things.
If you put in a 2-week
You
to
need a
quit
pay
one
stub.
job, you need
A pay
a
stub.
note
Yeah.
from
Need your
your
offer
next
letter.
Contract. You need the offer letter.
of the exact start date, which better be before the close
And
of
since
escrow.
you're such a good agent, you told them that, right?
Right.
Absolutely. Until I'm left in the dark. And then we're backpedaling. So for the home buyers out there who are listening,
Don't
if
hit
you
the
are
table.
thinking of transferring jobs and you're going to do it in the middle of escrow,
Don't
make
do it.
sure
Just don't do it.
Just don't do it. Yeah, just wait till
what
close.
what are some other pitfalls that a buyer should not do?
Don't
in the
buy
middle
a
of
car.
escrow? There you go.
Don't lease a
Right?
Range Rover.
Silence. Crickets. Who's leasing a Range
You
Rover?
took the words out of my mouth. What I was going to say was don't open a new credit card. Don't do anything with your credit.
Exactly.
Don't do
Just
anything.
status
Use
quo.
debit
Status quo.
cards.
Keep
Yeah.
your job. Keep your finances
Don't
in
write
order.
weird checks to
Yeah,
people.
Dave, you were in the mortgage industry.
Yeah.
What do underwriters give final loan approval on when they go through?
What do you mean?
So like with this one of my clients,
Yeah.
they were transferring jobs. One of the reasons they didn't get the final approval was
Employment
because there was
verification.
Yeah,
employment
so
verification.
they'll definitely do an employment verification. They may also pull credit again to make sure that you didn't take any new credit cards. And underwriters are smart. They may pull your credit and see an inquiry from Chase Bank or something.
Sure.
It won't show up as a trade line yet because it hasn't been a month, but then you'll have to explain why
Right.
you allowed Chase to pull your credit.
Right.
So so definitely no monetary
When you
changes,
get
no
that
job
first
changes.
pre-approval letter, just status quo. Just keep things the way they are. Banks don't like, especially in today's world, they don't like changes.
Yep.
So is it fair to say that you have obviously the real estate agent, you have the lender who you're communicating with every day, but then that lender has to give all of the documents that you're giving to the lender to the underwriter,
Correct.
and pretty much the underwriter's job is to find reasons not to give you the loan. Is that fair to say?
That's one way of
So if
looking
you
at
are
it.
not able to explain why you're doing weird things with money, the chances are that the underwriter isn't going to want to give you the loan.
Listen, the reality is the underwriter has regulations and guidelines they have to follow. That's what the underwriter's job is, to make sure that checklist is dialed in and everything's been checked out instead of somebody just trying to push through a loan.
And that checklist is much bigger than it was in 08.
Sure, I mean, because they
right?
got Fannie Mae, they got different guidelines, everything they have to follow. So I wouldn't say the underwriter's job is not to get you the loan. It's actually to get you the loan, but it's to make sure that it's a
Protect the investors in the
exactly,
meantime.
exactly, right. I have a question. So you're on a panel today. What is that panel for?
How to jumpstart business as a new agent in the industry.
Awesome, and you know how to do that.
Hey, listen, I didn't know how to do it. If it
Actually-
wasn't for you great people sitting around me right here. Not only, the
Actually, bro,
mastermind.
giving you a great props, dude. I mean, you do know how to do it better than almost anybody I've met in this business. So good
Appreciate
job.
it.
I'm going to
Appreciate
be
you
at that. I want to learn. from
Yeah,
you.
we're all going to.
You know why he said almost, right?
Almost. Because of you.
Anyway, I want to talk about Opendoor because we talked a lot about iBuyers in the past, right? And
Yep.
how a lot of people got caught up in I'll just sell my home to an iBuyer platform, and then there was hidden fees and all
Yep,
of that
yep.
stuff. It was just announced this week into
Explain
last week.
iBuyer before you dive in.
Sure. So instead of going a traditional route of selling a home, hire an agent, put it on the market, open it up, getting the highest best offer, iBuyers came along over the last few years and said, hey, we'll make it real simple. No agent, no commissions, just our fees, and you pick when you move. Have a nice day. So
Type in your address.
Yeah, type in your address. We'll give you an instant, quote for your house. And it was very popular, not so much out here, but definitely in Midwest, parts of the East Coast.
Yep.
One of the leaders in that space was Opendoor. And it just came out last week that 42% of the homes that Opendoor has sold this year has been at a loss.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah. And so, it just goes to show that, one, I won't say it's a failed business model because they've now partnered with Zillow. So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, right.
You're right, because Zillow got out of the iBuyer space, and so now they are still doing instant offers on Zillow, but it's powered by Opendoor. So it'll be interesting to see how that relationship goes moving forward. But again, it's tough. There's always been people that have tried to disrupt the model, and I'm all for advancing technology and making things more seamless. But they seem to continue to pop up and fail.
There is always going to be a consumer for that because people will pay for convenience, right? If you're in the right situation. But as a business model, it's very challenging. I mean, if you're in that upwardly trending market that we've been in for the last 10 years, there's going to be profitability there, but you get caught in a downturn like this. That's where you have a lot of local small investors or small developers that we all know, where it's like, man, you're getting stuck with 20 homes that you purchased 2 years ago and you're speculating those things to be 20%, 30% more than what you paid for it. You're going to have a rude awakening.
Let's face it. The only way that they're going to make money is if they hedge the first sale so low and take away the seller's money significantly enough that they can make a huge profit on the back end, but they weren't doing that. They're trying to be so close and give still such a good deal to the seller that it's just not working.
Well, yeah, it's the same reason why Zillow's iBuyer program completely shut down. They laid off all the people.
They have to give lower prices, obviously.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, those companies can sustain those large losses because it just goes on the back of the stockholders or the shareholders and, not any individual.
Public. We should go public.
VKGRE?
There we go.
Mark Kate's managing 300 people and wants to go public.
Yeah.
You guys could be the executive team.
Yeah.
I'll just be an investor.
I got fired within 1 minute.
There we go.
All right. So
Top 10 for Halloween candy.
What do you think number one is?
Butterfinger. It's my favorite.
What do you think? I already got told. What do you think? I would have guessed like Tootsie Roll or something. But
Snickers is number one. Reese's is number two.
Well, what is number one?
I just said Snickers.
Oh, you know.
I was the one who told him.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. This is
now, in full disclosure, it's just in my own fucking head. My own head. So.
Fuck
Wait,
it.
so there's not a real list?
No, I don't. I'm sure there is if you Google it, but.
All right.
I didn't come prepared to
You told me in the hallway so confidently. He said, hey, I don't have a top 10 list. Actually, yeah, I do. I know the top 10 candy bars of Halloween this year.
And I did clarify with candy bars, not just candy.
Right.
So.
Which, actually, if you come by our house for Halloween, Amber always gives the big candy
The big
bars
ones.
away.
Oh, what's your address?
Truth Lemonade Bayless. But
all right, so where do we see the market transition? I mean, we got a lot of stuff happening with inflation, interest rates, all that stuff, but we still have low interest. We have still low inventory. We've got a pretty good employment pool out there. Where do we see this going in the next 6 months?
I'm starting to feel more bearish than bullish on 2023.
Okay.
I think the pressure on interest rates, given the average price for our market, it's going to prevent our market from appreciating next year. I don't see any appreciation next year.
Let me ask you this. So I was at a listing appointment yesterday, and we're getting close to that fourth quarter, holidays and everything, and the conversation now is, do you sell now or do you wait till February next year? Now, where I'm coming from, I don't think, and I might be wrong here, I don't think there's going to be too much of a change in the market between now and February, right?
Well, how many more times is the Fed going to meet between now and February?
I think a huge disconnect is that the Fed doesn't communicate with the people.
But I still think that it's going to be relative to where our inventory levels are going to be. And I don't see inventory levels creeping up until we start getting into April and May next year.
Correct.
So I think if you can get it early on, if you're a seller, in my opinion, listen, we know where the market's at now.
Yeah.
So if you can move quickly, get it on the market now, take advantage of what's left of it, low inventory, we know where it's at, do it now. And I'm saying, if you're going to have to wait till after the holidays, and I understand why, then get it on the market the first part of February or so. Beat the rush, because I do believe next year we're not going to get better news.
Right.
And as we get to April, May, we're going to start seeing inventory levels increase, and that's going to be the indicator for changing this market.
All right. So quick. I didn't mean to cut you off there. So quick prediction: June of 2023. Where are we going to be sitting at single-family home inventory? because we're at 975 right now. So
I say 2,500.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that single family home,
2,500.
just SFR.
Single family 1850. I think we're in a double from where we're at now today.
Well, what I was just gonna say was the biggest change that I feel, as opposed to, like, it's not a data point, is just the amount of urgency that people have has really subsided. So if that continues, then yeah, I can for sure see
still
houses
have
sitting.
a huge amount of people, and I said this several years ago, we didn't see it happening, but you still have a huge amount of people that are in that pre-retirement age or retirement age. And I do believe they're going to be really woken up by what's happening right now.
So what did you say, May or June?
June of 2023, because we're gonna flash back to this clip.
We should put $1,000 in a bucket, and whoever
closest to it?
and closest to it gets it.
We're entering a recession, and my boss wants me to bet 1,000.
Oh, the guy! You want to show everybody the car you're buying?
That was just an RC toy car.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
One of those battery operated ones.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
I
expensive
think
RC.
so. You said 1850. I'm gonna go 1,400.
Okay.
Single family home,
Ooh.
Santa Clara County.
What do you think, David?
I'm gonna go 1777,
1777.
So you can do $1.
This is like the
You
price.
can't go over, right?
which also happens to be the year that San Jose was founded.
What did you say?
The price is right.
No. What did you say your number was?
Yeah.
Oh, 1,400.
Then go 1401.
I'm gonna go 1777.
All right, and that's the
Single
when
family
San Jose,
homes.
That was when San Jose
It was founded.
All right, cool.
So yeah, so we'll see.
Cool.
So
Awesome. On that note, so we're going into Halloween,
Uh-huh.
and I think so. Next podcast, we're gonna have some masks on, and people are gonna have to guess on who we are. So, but keep an eye out for our next movie night, right? Which will be October 13th, and take it away.
also we're going to relaunch our wealth
Oh, yes,
building
yes.
investor series.
Yeah.
So if you have ever wanted to become a real estate investor,
Yep.
or if you already own real estate and want to know what you can do to increase your return on investment, maximize your portfolio, build that generational wealth, reach out to us. We'll make sure that we get you on the invite list for that. It's going to be great.
David, we have some incredible real case studies that are happening on right now where we're closing on some Dollar General stores. We've got some other stuff happening where we've taken these clients and gone 3 to 5x what their NOI was on those investments we sold. So we're really looking forward to doing that.
It's got to be at least one of my favorite parts of what we do is building wealth
that
for
wealth.
clients.
Absolutely.
You know, so look forward to that. Aaron, any last words?
Real estate tip of the day would be to neutralize. I think that would be the word. As much as you can, take those family photos off the wall. Ideally, fresh paint. It's going a long way. Make your home shine.
Or just reach out to us and we'll tell you
do it for
exactly
you.
what you need
there
to do.
you go.
All right, guys.
Take care.
See ya.
Bye-bye.